Hello and welcome to Amá CONVERSA. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
Doing very well. Today we have Falicia Arruda, who is from my neck of the woods of Little Portugal, San Jose, California. So, of course, oops, we lost you there for a second. We got you back.
We're here.
So it's a very special treat to have Falicia on here because she is actually one of my personal friends, and we went to high school together. We were actually in Portuguese class together. She sat right next to me. And yes, many times we got, well, at least I got told to stop talking. I don't know about you, but
Me too.
yeah. Sorry, Senhor de Silva. You know you love us. But yes, I would like to know a little bit more about you, Falicia. Can you let the listeners of Amá CONVERSA know who you are, where you're from, and then we're going to get into your involvements with the Portuguese community of San Jose. So, Falicia, who are you?
I'm Falicia Arruda, 29 years old, from San Jose, California, born and raised. Lived in the East Bay, San Lorenzo, Hayward area for about 4 years, but made my way back to San Jose.
That's too long. You've left us for a long time, huh? Now you're back. How does it feel to be back in San Jose?
It feels good. I'll be honest. It doesn't feel the same. It's so different now. Yeah. Like 33rd Street is not the same 33rd Street.
Nothing's the same to me as well, yeah.
Food Bowl's not there anymore.
Come on, like, it's not going to be ever the same without Food Bowl. Come on.
I know, right?
Hello, that is our life right there. That Food Bowl. Everybody knows Food Bowl. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. But continue.
I mean, I don't really know what to say, but
well, what is your involvement with the Portuguese community? I mean, you've done so many things. So let's start with Carnaval, for example. Falicia and me were in Carnaval together, and you know what? I have to tell this story because this to me is just funny. So when Falicia asked me, because she knows that I sing, but not many people at that point in life knew that. It was kind of like, you know, some friends would definitely know that about me because I'm always singing no matter what. So they know that from school, always singing in the class and, you know, hanging out, always singing. And so people know that. But it wasn't like a public thing that people know. So anyways, she was actually going to be instructing the dance for 2015. We started practicing, and then it was 2016 that we did the Swedish. So she was one of the instructors. There was 2 instructors, her and Lisa. And so she came to me and she said, hey, you know, I told Lisa that you have a beautiful voice and you should consider being a master with me for our dance. And I was like, wow, because I had only been in Dutch Carnaval one time before, but I was not a singer. I was an actress with nice big situations in the front. It was fantastic. But anyways, but if anyone knows me acting, then they know what I'm talking about. So anyways, so yeah, she gave me a chance and she's like, can you please send me some, this was on Facebook Messenger, can you please send me some voice recordings of you speaking Portuguese, for one, because, you know, we need you to prove that you know how to speak Portuguese, which you already knew, but you know what I'm talking about. And so I was okay, and also send a voice recording of you singing something, you know, whatever you want, fado, whatever you want to sing. So of course I did that too. And then I guess I got it instantly. After that, you were like, okay.
I mean, I already knew.
Yeah.
It had just been a long time. And, you know, kind of just wanted to prove to everyone else that I wasn't a little crazy, you know, because I was like, no, she has a voice. This girl, she's perfect.
Thank you so much, because there was a lot of doubt at that time. There was a lot of this going on, which was
there's always that going on.
Well, like,
especially in our community, unfortunately.
Yes, but at that point in time, I had literally been under a rock for 4 years prior to that. So there was
Gotcha.
nobody talking about me. So
Yeah.
I hadn't experienced that for a long time. So that kind of leads me to say, like, I was a stranger, right? And I was like the newbie to the gang, right? I was the newbie. And that's why there was doubt, because of course, naturally there would be doubt, like, hey, why are you going to ask this person who's never been a master before, who's never sang for
Right.
Carnaval, why would you ask her to do this? Of course, that's natural thing. And Marisa, she sings? I didn't know she sings. Who's that? Like,
Oh, little do they know.
so many things. So that's why, like, for me, in my mind, the one of the most monumental things for me in my life thus far, because 31 years young, okay, I hope to God I still have more to show and prove. But one of the monumental things to me, which I thank you for, and I thank Lisa and I thank everybody, was Nova Alianza, our opening day. We had more than a full house. I mean, I probably can't say this on air because this is illegal to have, but we had so many people. We were maxed out. Like, we were way
Yes.
past capacity. We were being nice and letting people in where we should have just been closing the doors, but everybody was so excited, and maybe they were, this is like me like tooting my horn like years later, when I look at it in retrospect, because back then you don't look at it, you're like just going through the motions and like doing what you have to do, and you're not thinking. But then years
And
later,
dealing with the nerves.
and dealing with the nerves. But then like years later, you get time to reflect and think about it. And I think they were there like really to check us all out, like see exactly what we're all about, what we've been working on. Because you guys, listen, we worked so hard on that dance. It was ridiculous. Like, everything was amazing. Even the clothes were super authentic. Our theme was Portuguese culture mixed with Indian culture. And we went the extra mile, and we actually had Indian seamstresses from one of the top bazaars in Sunnyvale, where they get all their beautiful, beautiful garments for their traditional weddings, traditional ceremonies. And we were a part of that. So for me, being a part of that, like, just being a part of everything about that, because they're very traditional in how they measure you and how they do things there as well. And just being a part of that was so cool to see. And the clothes are just so heavy, like substantial material and work goes into those clothes. And we lugged those clothes not only around California, because we did 5 different shows in California, but we lugged those clothes everywhere with us on East Coast tour. So we did 8 shows in between 2 to 3 days. I think it was 2 days, 8 shows. But in the snow, might I add, in the snow with those clothes. So those clothes are very special. I still have them in my closet today. And we, as a team, worked our booties off, and we were able to pay off all our clothes, fully paid from all our fundraising with doing the sweetbread sale and everything. And Falicia, I have to thank you again, because that I got to be a part of that experience as well. I've never made sweetbread before, and I was up in there like with everybody making it, and just everything about it was an experience. So if anyone is ever contemplating, whenever we get back to real life, whatever that may be, and if you're contemplating joining a dance, like, please talk with us, because once this all goes away, me and Falicia really want to get something going. We've even talked about doing an all females dance, even all musicians being female. That is definitely a dream of ours. So, hopefully in the future. But Falicia, let's talk about you. So enough about that. When did you start with Carnaval? When did you start with Carnaval? And what have you done in our Portuguese community? Let's start with that.
Well, I mean, starting with Carnaval, actually being in a dance, I was about 12 years old.
Cute.
My dad, he was involved at Nova Alianza, and they never had a Mudanças Carnaval there.
Oh,
so
okay.
he was like, we're gonna put one together this year, you know. So he got everything together and he made it happen.
Oh my
And
God, love
I
it.
was dancing on the sidelines, but I tell you, I knew every single
Everybody's
word from
lines.
beginning
Oh my God.
to end. From beginning to end. So if anybody forgot
he wrote the
anything,
danza. He wrote the danza
he
then.
did. Yeah,
Wow,
he did.
So for the listeners,
So
can you tell us a little bit about who your father was, just in case they don't know who he was?
yeah, so my dad, he is in heaven now. But he's Daniela Arruda. He was a singer for Cantoria and a songwriter. He wrote many songs for like Os Águias and other Portuguese conjuntos, and some fados for some of our local singers.
So cool.
He wrote a book called Em Busca de Sonho. And he wrote many danças de carnaval, dança de espada, dança de pandeiro, bailins, for not only, you know, locally, but up in Artesia, Chino too. Yeah.
Amazing.
And then off to the East Coast and back home also. He would send some stuff out there. So cool. I mean, me being in it physically when I was about 11, 12, but I've always been around it my entire life. I grew up with waking up to a pandeiro, you know, hitting of the pandeiro on the weekends when my dad's watching dances all day long.
Oh my God. I could so picture him right now doing that. So I actually knew her father because he was one of my neighbors for some time. So I would see him, and every time I would see him, say hi to him. So he definitely knew. We definitely knew each other. But yes, her father was an extremely talented person, not only with his voice, but he was very talented at writing. So writing danças de carnaval, writing poems, and that's just amazing. And you know what, Falicia, you have that talent too. So Falicia has written dances before, and she's going to get a little bit into that. So go ahead and continue about your carnival journey and story, and then we'll get more into your writing.
Yeah, so after that, I didn't participate in carnaval for a while. I was in a couple of marchas, San Juan, but you know, other stuff going on.
That's right. You were in a marcha with my brother for PPSJ, I think. And your father
that was the
wrote the song, right? Or something like that?
Yep, he did. Yeah.
You know, I remember that song, and I was not even in your marcha, and I remember that song.
Me too. I sing it all the time.
A festa de São João, a festejar o imigrante. Oh my God. Arco e balão. Okay.
Coração palpitante.
See? Oh my God. And I learned that word, palpitante, right? Can you say the word?
Palpitante.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I learned that word. But anywho, continue, Felicia. I'm too excited because I haven't seen you forever. But anyways, continue.
No worries. So I took part in a couple of marchas, and then I would say when I was about 14, 15, Mr. John Martins, that is in heaven as well now also. I like to think that him and my dad are together.
Oh, of course.
Came to San Jose one day from Artesia and wanted my dad to write a dança de espada for him. It was based on an American movie, and my dad was like, I don't understand. So he said, here, I have a project for you. And I was like, what's up? He's like, translate this movie onto paper for me from English to Portuguese. I said, okay, word for word. All right. So that became my job.
And what was this American movie that you had to do this for?
So there was The Man in the Iron Mask, and then I know that there was also one on My Big Fat Greek Wedding or something like that.
Oh God, love it. So you would help him write some of the things.
Yes, and then I Am Sam. I didn't help him write the danças. I would just translate the movie so that he could read it as if it were like a script, you know, a book.
Got it.
And then from there, that's
where inspiration. Okay.
Yep, and then he generated his danças from there.
That's so cool.
Doing that, really sparked a lot of curiosity in me because I've always written poems, stuff like that, more so in English, but then translating it like that sparked a curiosity for me to start writing in Portuguese.
Yes.
And then I started, like, you know, singing with him and here and there, some quadras, and I was like, oh my God, I can do this too, like improvising.
Of course.
So then it didn't happen until he passed away. When I started, I was asked by Senhora Lina Sot, Group Carnaval,
My segunda mãe.
Yes, to write a dança de espada. And it was based on the story My Sister's Keeper.
Oh my gosh,
something that really,
I remember that one.
Yes.
I think everyone was dying crying on that one. So that was you. Okay, I don't know why I didn't remember that was you. Okay, wow.
That was me. That was the first dança de espada that I wrote.
That was amazing.
And when I tell you I cried throughout the whole thing, I'm not lying.
Every single really time you would do it, you would cry, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And it was just an experience that I really loved, and it came, I'm not going to say it was like, yes, extremely natural. It took time, of course, because those things are very time consuming.
Yes.
But it just came so natural that it's like you being a mother.
Yes.
When you had your daughter.
So natural.
You never knew that you had that, right? In you.
Yep.
So natural. True. That's just how it was for me. And I just started writing after that and wrote multiple danças de espada. It's been a while.
You got to get back into it whenever we come back, right? You will.
For sure. But definitely very passionate about that. I love it.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And I remember one day I was talking with you and I was like, Falicia, you should try doing cantoria. And you're like, so what do you think about that? What do you think about that challenge?
Cantoria, I'll tell you this, okay?
Maybe very because difficult, I'm a little bit, very difficult.
The hardest part for me is not coming up with what I need to sing. It's getting up on that stage and actually doing it in front of people.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the part
we can work on that. We can work on that. So for me, it would kind of be the reverse now. Like I think I would be okay to like get up on that stage like next to you or next to Lenny or next to Fabio, whoever, and be okay. Right. But the thing is, I wouldn't, like I was telling my father-in-law, Norberto, because Norberto, he loves cantorias and he watches it all the time. And there's this young guy out there in Terceira that is top of the line, and I'm so sorry, I forget his name right now, but he is amazing. He's much younger than us, but he's so amazing, and I love to watch him too. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I wish I could do that. Like, I wish that I could just think of something but I cannot. So if you can, girl, you're almost there. You're almost there.
I definitely can. It's very easy for me, actually.
That's awesome.
I do it all the time. I'll call my sister and I'll sing her a couple of them, and it's just something that I've always done. But actually getting up on that stage, unless it's something that's memorized, it's very difficult for me to get up on a stage and talk in front of people.
Yes.
That's when I was younger, though. I haven't had that like opportunity for a while. I've grown a lot. I'm almost 30 years old now. So, confidence.
Oh yeah, you're
and stuff like that.
You are a May baby.
Yes.
May 20 something.
Almost.
Okay, tell me.
31st.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I should do that because you're the last day of May and I'm the last day of September. So now that I've said that, I won't forget it. So that's awesome.
Same.
So happy early birthday, and it's going to be the big 3-0. Very, very exciting. So I want to say, and Falicia already knows this about me, that I want Falicia one day, hopefully in the future, near future, to write me a fado. And I want this fado to be super personable, right? So we're going to work together in the future on this and see what we can do. But Falicia actually at this time last year, no, it was like summertime, 4th of July, Falicia wrote me some quadras for a project that we did with João Cagão. And he's actually been on Amá CONVERSA already. And we did a project with him for 4th of July. And we did it in the tone of cheia de banho, cheia da Lisboa. But we changed the words to be cheia de banho, cheia da nossa cultura. And so I got Falicia to write my portion because I'm not a writer. And then Paulo, thank God, he's talented himself. So he just did his own verses and we sang together. And that was a very, very cool experience. And I appreciate you doing that because we gave a shout out to our neighborhood. That's exactly what that was all about. We were tying in being proud Americans. We were tying in being Portuguese-Americans. So we were giving homage to the day itself, you know, happy 4th of July. And we were also giving homage to our culture and expressing the pride that we have in where we're from. So I talked about Little Portugal and Paulo talked about where he's from, Fall River, Massachusetts. So we talked about that. And thank you again for that experience. That was very, very special.
Of course.
And so
anytime, my friend.
Yes. And Felicia, there is another thing about you that I want to mention to everybody. You actually did my hair on my wedding day. So that was special. She came to my house.
I did.
My sister-in-law's makeup. And then I was doing my own hair. I'm like, you know what, Felicia, I need your help with this. So I was like, can you please help me? So she ended up doing my hair for my wedding. And that was a very impromptu, but very special moment in which I appreciate was very beautiful. And so that's pretty cool. Not only is she my friend from high school and from Portuguese class and Portuguese club and my Carnaval Preseda, we were meshed together. So we had to be in sync completely all the time. People wouldn't mistake me for her and vice versa. Like when we were all dressed up with our makeup.
Everyone thought we were sisters.
We had our hair the same, our makeup the same. Well, sometimes there'd be like a little variation because, you know, we're individuals. So we put our own little flair on things. But they would come up to me right after and be like, Falicia, da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, like sometimes I would just go with it. Yeah, I'm Falicia for today. But we literally looked so much alike. If it wasn't for like my gray hair, then you would never know. Right? You
no, seriously. When we went back east, I was meeting some of my family there that I had never met before.
I remember this.
And they were confused. They weren't exactly sure if it was me or you that was
me. They thought I was the prima. Like, and you know, I think I went with the flow. I'm like, yes, I am your prima. How are you? And then you came and then like swooped my family for me. I'm like, no, I was just getting to know you.
No, it was good times that I'll never forget.
It's such good times I will never forget. And because of you, I was able to experience all of that. Because if it wasn't for you saying, you know, hey, I know this girl from Little Portugal too that sings very well, maybe we should give her a chance, I feel like that would have never happened. And after that, that opened actually so many doors for me. With Father too. Go ahead.
Let me tell you this really quickly. I'll be honest. I have an okay Carnaval voice. I'll say that. That's
you
something
have a great Carnaval voice. Okay, because
thank you,
girl. I've seen girls up there doing their mesher thing, and they don't sing as good as you. So don't even say that, please. Keep going.
I appreciate it, but I knew what I was getting myself into. Putting myself on that stage next to you. Let's be real. Your vocals are amazing.
Oh my God.
But I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. I remember when we got off the stage.
Oh my God.
No,
you knew what you were doing.
It wasn't Newark.
You are a mastermind.
Listen, it was Santa Clara. We're getting off that stage and I could just hear the ladies talking in the background.
Oh my God.
I'll take him a Boulevard 5, you know?
Oh my
and
God.
I was just like, yes, the star is born. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
and that's it. Like, honestly, I'm not going to say, oh, your success is because of me. Absolutely not. Your
oh my God. I don't know. I know you would never say that. Oh my God, please.
your success is because of you, but
you're the one that
like
actually gave me that first exposure.
Damn good feeling. It's a damn good feeling, yeah, that I got to experience that with you, to be alongside with you when people really,
you were the one
heard your
telling
voice
me
for
that
the
I
first
could
time
do
like
it.
that.
You were the one telling me that I could do it. So like any doubts that I had of Falicia would put them to rest, and she'd be like, no, you could do it. You could do it. So if anything, like, yes, I definitely have a lot of things to give to Falicia, and I always do. I appreciate her. She is a gem to me, not only as a person, as a friend, but as everything, because after that, that's when I met Singon Manila Escobar. That's when we started talking about Fadush, and it's just like so many things happened after that because Carnaval gave me exposure, and I appreciate Falicia for giving me a chance to do that. And I love Carnaval. Even before that moment, I loved Carnaval. So, and I love Group Carnaval. That's my home. So of course I will do this. No problem about it. So thank you, Falicia, so much for that. And is there anything else that you would like to say to the listeners of Amá CONVERSA? This went by really fast, I know, because too excited.
I know.
So
I'm like, oh my goodness.
I know. If you want to come back again anytime, you are welcome on Amá CONVERSA. We could talk about anything you want to talk about, because me and you are from the same place. There's a lot of topics that we can explore and we could talk about. So anytime you want to come back, you can definitely come back. But for this time, is there anything else you would like to say to the listeners of Amá CONVERSA?
I would just say, I know there's a variety of people listening, but our Portuguese community is definitely suffering with this whole pandemic going on and stuff like that. I mean, things are getting better, but now is the time to stay tight knit, knit tight. Put all differences aside and let's come back together when all this, is over, so that we can bring our community back up and continue with our traditions that our parents and grandparents have left behind for us. Because I know for myself, I don't have my parents anymore, and I don't want our generation to be the last of the amazing things that they taught us.
Yes.
So,
no.
We have to continue. These are crazy times too. Yes, everybody keep your head up. We can do this.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Falicia, with that, I think we're definitely, when we come back to normal, we're definitely going to be more tight-knit, like you said, more united. I really, really hope that for us. And let's be collaborative. Let's be, inclusive. Let's be modern. Let's have ideas. Let's be inspirational. Let's be helpful. Like the phrase that I love is teamwork makes the dream work. So if I
say that almost every day.
I say it all the time. I say it all the time. So if we could all work together, and it's kind of like the other saying that I like, unidos venceremos. So together we will conquer. And I really do believe, that's why I'm so excited. I really do believe that after all this, that we will have a chance to show that we can all come together and work together for a common purpose. So I do believe in that. So
my dad used to always say, todos por por todos.
Exactly. So that is a very, very important thing. So if one of us wins, we all win. If one of us loses, we all go down. That's how we need to look at things, and as a team. So me and Falicia love the teamwork makes the dream work. And me and Falicia, we're going to follow our dreams.
Obviously.
Right? We're going to follow our dreams.
Absolutely.
We're going to make those goals and we're going to crush them. And trust me, this is just the beginning. So you guys have not seen just yet enough of us. We have a lot more in store.
It's in the works.
Exactly. So thank you again, Falicia. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I appreciate you. Big hugs.
Appreciate it.
Beijos. Thank you.
Big hugs.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, amiga.